Was it Alanis Morissette? Or, no, it was 5 non-blondes. I wake up in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream to the top of my lungs, what's going on? Remember that? I was thinking one for the liberals in New York City. Wake up in the morning and the debt's real high. NYC's dangerous close to filing bankruptcy high. What's going on? Well, it's another liberal-run city. And out of the most indebted areas in the country, probably in the world, but I'll just say the country because we're talking about the United States of America, are run by liberal Democrats or just simply Democrats. I've started did the video on the stats. It was like out of 10 or 11 cities, one of them I think was a Republican-run one. One. The rest of them all Democrat-ran cities, and they're being run into the ground. The debt's up to their eyeballs. People are fleeing there in droves. And by the way, New York, which was this on Godlike Productions? New York to penalize people fleeing. Oh, they're New York City, because they got a state tax too. Income tax, are auditing anyone that is fleeing New York City because they're tired of the high taxes and they can't survive. They're not being audited. They're being targeted and audited for leaving this. Oh, you're going to leave the city? Okay, homie. What about this thing you wrote off last year? I need a receipt for that. Oh, and this other thing, I need a receipt for that too. We want to see it all. Why? Because it's our money and we need it now. 877 cash now. No, 877 get the F out of here now. I've been screaming about California. Get the hell out of there. New York City, Illinois, doesn't matter. Pick a liberal hot zone, Democrat hot zone, and it's the same story. So are you shocked right now that I'm about to read you this Zero Hedge article? New York City dangerously close to bankruptcy. What's going on? What's going on? I just told you. Liberals running the freaking government. In this case, New York City government. Here is an inconvenient truth for the Democratic socialists that control New York City. Gotham is careening closer to all-out financial bankruptcy, according to the New York Post. Even the New York Post is going to post this, and actually say it. Mayor Bill Deblasio, which again his wife, $800 million fund to, what is it? She had some kind of health, mental health care thing. We don't know where the money went. Well, it says here you blew it on food and this, and what about the actual hospitals and places it was supposed to go to? Well, we gave a few thousand to that one, a few thousand. Okay, we're talking $800 million. I think it was his wife, wasn't it? Yeah. Well, can't wait to see how that goes. Mayor Bill Deblasio is expected to add billions of dollars more to the budget amid a slowing economy and outward migration caused by tax reform. A recession would send the city into a fiscal disaster, according to the report. New York City could go bankrupt, absolutely. American Institute for Economic Research economist Peter C. Earle told the Post. In that case, the city would get temporary protection from its creditors, but it would be very difficult for the city to take on new debt. Financial analysts warn tax-burdened businesses and individuals would flee in droves, and public spending would have to surge to record levels, which would set off a fiscal nuclear bomb. Long-term debt is about $81,100 per household, and Mayor de Blasio will spend as much as $3 billion more in the new budget for a total of $89.2 billion. This is one city. This is one city in America. $89.2 billion budget? You're $100 billion. That's a tenth of a trillion. $100 billion, a tenth of a trillion. What? Put a Democrat in charge, liberal Democrat in charge. They will run your business or government into the ground. Financial analysts warn tax-burdened businesses and individuals would flee in droves, and public spending would have to surge to record levels, which would set off a fiscal nuclear bomb. Again, it's already happening. And that's why people are fleeing. That's why the article, which is not on Godlike Productions anymore, but I saw it this morning. That's why that article was saying, oh, now they're going after people who have already fled the state, the city, basically, and to leave out of the state, basically. We're going to, tax audit. Because you, in their eyes, you bastard, you're taking money out of my pocket. Hey, my kid's got to eat over here too. and all my friends' kids, and my friends' friend, government friends, and all these departments we created, and all these administrations we created, and all these committees we created that are useless, that we pay massively overpaid, by the way. They got to eat too, They've got 3 mortgages they got to pay. Hey, you get back here and live in your little tiny one-room shack that's worth $600,000, and we're going to tax it like it's worth $900,000, by the way. Can you see why I told you people are going to be coming to Texas, Florida? There might be a housing bust in some places, ultimately, which it affected Florida last time too, of course, affected the whole country. But we may have an exodus out of the other parts of the country over into Florida, causing another real estate boom in Florida out of nowhere. Long-term debt is about $81,000. I did that one already. Analysts said the mayor had detailed $750 million in savings. Oh, you mean like the $850 million your wife and you squandered? Oh, I better not say that. Analysts said Mayor Deblasio had detailed $750 million in savings for the preliminary fiscal 2020 budget, but that amount won't be enough to create a soft bottom during the next recession. Governor Andrew Cuomo's, another Democrat liberal, preliminary budget has $600 million in cuts for the city in 2020. Spending is up 32%. A third? Spending is up a third since this guy took office? The analyst told the Post that more spending cuts would be needed to get the fiscal house in order to avert bankruptcy during the next recession. Oh, so he's already spending 32% higher, basically a third. And we're going to have to do some spending cuts. I'm pretty sure a third of a budget would devastate if you had to take that out. Anybody, anywhere, any city or whatever. But he's already added that to it. So that needs to go away, and then they need to do another budget cut. You know what I'm saying? Get the hell out of there. I'm telling you, get the hell out of New York City. New York City's long-term pension obligations. Oh, gosh. He had to go and mention that part. Oh, Jesus. String me up and hang me the way you're talking. NYC's long-term pension obligations have also expanded to levels that may not be manageable. How about there's no may? They are not pretty much ever manageable. They always grow and balloon to a point where they can't be funded. The 7%, 8% we thought we were going to get is now 6%. Okay, now we have to make up for that next year, but we also had a bad year next year, so therefore the city is running a deficit and could be in a real difficult spot if we had a recession or a further flight of individuals because of tax reform, vested chief economist Milton Ezrati told the Post. Oh, you mean like New Jersey saw, where one billionaire, one man, one human being left the state to move elsewhere because he was tired of being taxed to effing death, and they had to rewrite the entire budget. You don't think there's one or two extremely wealthy individuals in New York City, Wall Street? You don't think there's one or two wealthy individuals there, do you? That are absolutely going to flee if they haven't already started, which is why Mr. Deblasio had to increase the budget 32%. You think there's going to be more? Absolutely. Concrete jungle where dreams are made of. There's nothing you can't do out in New York. Well, you can get taxed to death, so that's true. You could also move out of New York. That's true. Concrete jungle or concrete prison? Keep these people in. Let's audit them if they leave. We're going to audit them all. Unless you're a jabroni, we don't get much from you anyways. Just the higher income earners. We're going to audit all you guys if you leave. And how close could the bankruptcy of New York City be? Well, it depends on when the next recession strikes. For more color on timing, New York Fed President John Williams has signaled a slowdown in U.S. economic growth has already started, as the Federal Reserve is in watch mode on the incoming data. Stock of the century, buy the stock right now. Okay, that's just an advertisement. So there you have it. Another Democratic-run city running into the ground. And you know what will ultimately happen? It was nice knowing you guys. Hey, Mayor de Blasio, yeah, I'm out. I'm glad to serve you New Yorkers, New York City. Yeah, we love you guys. I'm going to go now. Where are you going, Mayor? You you got your apartment downtown? No, I sold the apartment downtown. I'm fleeing the effing state. Because I don't want to be taxed to death either for what I've done to you. It's about to come back to me. So I'm getting the F out of here. Bye-bye now. Now, he ain't going to say that. He don't dare say that. But don't be surprised if that sucker leaves the whole state of New York and goes to somewhere where there's less state income tax or none at all. Put a liberal in charge, and they will run whatever it is that they're in charge of into the ground.